Day 21 in the Journey Journal of Learning. We're going to configure our first router in the lab. As always, I like to script our config. It allows things to go much smoother. In this particular entry into our journal regarding our journey, we're going to configure the host name, security, and remote access for the device. So let's get started. By scripting, we're able to just copy and paste these things. Let's go into configuration mode. Let's change the device name. As we can see, that has been updated. Let's move forward with our login banner and message of the day. Login banner advises anyone connecting to this device that, hey, access is restricted. Restricted to who? Only authorized personnel. And that is my understanding of stories I've read and heard. It's for legal purposes. Next thing, let's enter our enable password. So if someone was to log into this device, we don't want them to be able to enter the enable command without having to enter a password to have access to that. Now the next password is our secret password. Secret password actually supersedes the enable password. Now I have some very basic names here for the passwords. Of course, you don't want to use that kind of password greater than the first and beyond show. You want a very complex password, which will be challenging for anyone trying to gain unauthorized access to your device. Next, I'm going to create some user credentials. Username will be admin, and password will be open the door. Again, you don't want to use a password such as open door, but for demonstrative purposes here, I have done so. And so once you gain access to the device, you need to provide these credentials, or else these credentials along with these several layers of passwords in order to have access. Next thing we want to do, let's encrypt all of those passwords. We don't want people having access to the device, looking over your shoulder, seeing the screen and seeing your passwords. So we're going to encrypt those passwords with this command, service password encryption. That encrypts your passwords. Next, for security, let's secure our console connection, which is what we're connected to at this time. We're going to go into line con 0. We're going to enter a timeout command so that the console connection times out after a minute 30 seconds, which is 90 seconds altogether. Because, for instance, if you walk away, you want that to log out if you for some reason forgot to log out. A password will be required. Local door 23. Login synchronous. Do not break up what we're seeing on the screen with feedback coming from the device. This is a login local command, for this local device. And so we've just secured our console connection. Next, let's create remote access and secure the remote access. So we have 16 lines, 0 through 15. Which would allow 16 different connections remotely. You can restrict that to 2, 1, 4. The choice is up to you. We're going to issue a timeout command, password. We're going to require that you log in, that you have to have a login, which means that you will have to use passwords and etc. We will only allow you to SSH into the device, not Telnet. Telnet is not secure, so only SSH. So let's add that. Now, you do not have to come out of config line. You actually do not have to, but let's just do it. So we'll exit to go back to just the base of config mode. And now we add our remote access. All right. And that'll do it for this session. Remember to always write to memory what you just entered into the configuration, or copy, run, start to save your config. And I'll see you next time for another entry into our journal regarding our journey in learning.